Just Bani Aliyu, just a memory. You will immediately place halt to everything surrounding that election. Because Bani, when you talk about the Federation of Liberian Youth, you talk about the Liberian National Students Union, he put in place his life on the line. He was highly involved with every activity surrounding the two institutions. And so, we want to say here to the leadership, it is important that you do so. It is important, it is necessary that you place halt to the process. We ensure that we bring back our fallen compatriot, ensure that we give him a befitting burial. Then you can proceed with the electoral process. But again, we say to the young comrades who are still in active service, we say to the young comrades who are still on the barricade, sometimes the society gave you reason not to struggle. Bani committed an entire life. He was very passionate about youth and student activism in this country. It was unfortunate that Bani went the way he went. So some of the young comrades who are passionate about progressive struggles, sometimes the society gave you reason not to struggle. Sometimes the society gave you reason to feel disappointed. In our society, you look at conscious young men who have the understanding, the inclination, and intellect, and the deep progressive insight on how to provide better leadership for this republic. You leave young people with the deep insight and revolutionary understanding. You go beyond bandits and thieves. You go beyond scoundrels and scalawags. You give power to people who are clueless, who have zero understanding of what it takes to lead a conscious society. And you vilify and ignore young men with consciousness. That's the reason why we say it's an opportunity for the youth and student community. If no issue, if no incident in this country, if no movement in this country has given the young people and student activism a movement to reflect, this is the opportunity for all youth and student activists in this country to take a moment of reflection and reflect on the life, on the glorious life and the glorious memory of Comrade Bani Aliyu Jesse. How he was passionate, how he's dedicated at the expense of few folks, old folks, who think that they can use cash. They can dish out cash amongst young people to go at each other's neck for their own selfish parochial interest. And so,
don't live.
This is a movement of unity. This is a movement of reflection of all youth and student activists in the republic.
Movement of unity. Yo. The youth and student community yo.
And so, let's in the words of Steve Bantu Biko of the Black Consciousness movement in South Africa. It was clear. Steve Bantu Biko told us that it's better to die for an idea that will live, not to betray the effort of Comrade Aliyu Bani Jesse. You must now see this as a movement to re-inspire yourself and reignite a fire for a national liberation cause in this country that will redeem and rescue this country from the hand of thieves and scavengers who have seen state power as an opportunity to loot state resources at the detriment of the masses of our people.
Long live, leader and teacher and Putin. Long live. Yourselves are still around here. Long live. History account to those who account to history. Thank you.
And so, the institution will be speaking to another critical issue. And this particular issue has to do with the rape case that involved the deputy minister at the Ministry of Youth and Sport, in person of Bill Magill Jones. We want to be very clear here that as a revolutionary movement for us, if all other institutions in this country will forget, for us, we are about to reintroduce this case. And as a revolutionary movement, we have not forgotten.
Yeah.
Because we set and ask ourselves what kind of justice system we have. We have a compromised justice system that only go after people who are not from the elite class. Are we running an elite system in this country that if you are a deputy minister and you are involved you are involved in the situation of rape, you cannot be arrested, you cannot be prosecuted. Imagine the IG, the Inspector General of the Police, of the Liberia National Police, telling us that they cannot arrest Bill Michael Jones on ground that they need to conduct a DNA test. And after going about with their quasi DNA test, they came back here to inform us that Bill Michael Jones is free. He's free of all charges. We want to be very clear. The impact, the long-lasting impact that has been left on that little girl will never go unnoticed. And to the police RG, history has ears and history has eyes. And we can say to you, history is watching. You have been indicted. You have been indicted on the back and on the wrong pages of history. To come here and say that you will protect it simply because Bill Michael Jones is a government official, a high-ranking government official. And it's unfortunate that the rescue mission, the Unity Party came to power to do things differently and not to protect criminals, not to protect people who violate the laws, not to protect people who abuse our young girls. What say?
The police actually do get raped too. Zenyo.
Down. Jay Brian might get down. Forward. Represent forward. For the fact that the Unity Party regime has refused to prosecute one of its own, the Unity Party regime has refused to prosecute Bill Michael Jones. It clearly informs us. It suggests that the regime has endorsed sexual assault.
Yeah.
It clearly informs us that the regime has endorsed rape.
Yeah.
Instead of rape being considered as a national emergency, the regime is now telling us that when you are a government official, you can rape, you can go ahead and commit sexual assault, and you can walk away with impunity. This is unfortunate. And from the angle of our institution, from the angle of the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Alliance of the Universal Bureau, I want to say here, for us, we will not subject ourselves to any investigation from the Liberia National Police, because we understand that the Liberia National Police is already compromised, that we have a partisan police under the Unity Party, that Gregory Coleman is a partisan of the Unity Party. So he's taking instruction from Joseph Human Boycott not to prosecute Bill Michael Jones. And so we want to say here, we will not accept any outcome or investigative outcome or report from the Liberia National Police. We want to say to the Liberian people, we want to say to the masses of people, to the family of the little girl who was hurt, that little girl today is living with psychological trauma. Today that little girl is going through serious mental breakdown as a result of the attitude, the immoral attitude of Bill Michael Jones. Today they are using power and influence to silence the family. They are going after the life of this little girl. We want to say here, this is an opportunity for the family to wake up. This is an opportunity for all women grouping in this country to wake up. This is an opportunity in this country for all mothers in this country to wake up. And the Liberian people must now wake up. We want to say as an institution, and this is a clear mandate to the Liberian people. As an institution, anywhere Bill Michael Jones, we want to say here, anywhere Bill Michael Jones is seen in plain view, he must be arrested.
I don't want to see a film where I arrest you.
We want to repeat and we want to reiterate our position. Anywhere Bill Michael Jones is seen in plain view in the Republic, the masses of our people are under the obligation to issue a citizen arrest on this immoral creature in Bill Michael Jones. And as an institution, the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Alliance of the Universal Bureau, I want to be very clear about this. Anywhere our institution comes face to face with Bill Michael Jones, we assure the Republic and assure the Liberian people that Bill Michael Jones will be in the custody of the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Alliance of the Universal Bureau. Because the justice system of our country has proven to be fragile. The Liberia National Police are proven to be a compromised police under the Unity Party. We are now reaching the point in the Republic where the masses of our people will now start to serve citizen justice. And we say to the masses of our people, this is not the time to sleep. You must wake up, you must rise up. For too long, those who are in power, the elite folks, have used influence to keep and subject the masses of our people at the lowest ebb of society. We say you have the opportunity, you have the power in your hands to execute this particular responsibility. Anywhere Bill Michael Jones is seen in plain view in this country, he must be arrested, he must be placed in citizen custody until there can be a proper citizen investigation. And Bill Michael Jones will subsequently be prosecuted in the court of public opinion. The masses of our people will determine the punishment of Bill Michael Jones. If criminals in government want the citizens to now start to take those actions, it's becoming very, very important. It's becoming a necessity. It's becoming necessary now. And the masses of our people will now start to initiate their own citizen government. Because you cannot continue to hope on a system. You cannot continue to hope on a system that does not believe in distributing justice to you. You must now start to wake up. You must now start to stand on your feet to ensure that you can give yourself justice. It is not wrong. It is morally right. It is morally right to obey an unjust law. So the daily masses of our people issue citizen arrest on Bill Michael Jones. It will never be wrong. Their action will be justified because it is never wrong. It is morally upright. It is morally right. It is morally right to disobey an unjust law. A recalcitrant individual, a sexually immoral individual, the Bill Michael Jones, a pedophile, the Bill Michael Jones, cannot be paraded in the corridors, as a free man, while a little girl is suffering from psychological trauma. We say to the masses of our people, from the angle of our institution, action the excellency, Bill Michael Jones, police RG, the warrant is already out. The warrant is already out, and the citizen arrest of Bill Michael Jones takes immediate effect. Anywhere Bill Michael Jones, he must be arrested and placed in custody. And so, again, we want to say to you, to the masses of our people, there is another critical issue. You know, when the masses of our people, they were desperate 2023 election, they were in search of an alternative. They were in search of an alternative to the CDC, in search of an institution that will provide a better leadership other than what the CDC offered the masses of our people. The Unity Party campaign, unfair speeches, the throughout platitudes to the masses of our people during the election. They promised the masses of our people that they will rescue this country. Unfortunately, what we have witnessed under the Unity Party regime, in less than 2 years, we have witnessed a blatant disregard for the interests and the survivability of the masses of our people. The Unity Party regime, in this time of serious economic destitution, in the time where the masses of our people are engulfed with hunger and poverty, the Unity Party regime, in its childish attitude, in its childish nature, is telling the Liberian people that they will be doing a groundbreaking for party headquarters in all the 15 countries. The Unity Party could not build party headquarters across the country with any opposition. The Unity Party cannot do that when they now have power inform us that you are surviving on loan. And you come to power here and you are looking in the face, you are arrogantly looking in the face of the masses of our people and telling them that you will build political party headquarters in the 15th country. We want to say to you here, the masses of our people do not need party headquarters across the country as a ruling party. The masses of our people need schools. The masses of our people need hospitals across the 15 countries. Just a few days ago, the John F. Kennedy Hospital was down due to power outage.
Amen.
There were patients who were on a surgical operation. Some of them lost their life due to power outage. And you, the Unity Party government, instead of being very sensitive enough to look at the issue confronting the masses of our people, You come and look. How dare you? How dare you look in the face of our people and tell the masses of people that you built political party headquarters across the country instead of looking at the urgent issues that are affecting the masses of our people. Look at the masses of people. They are languishing across the country. Look at young people. The Union Party has a responsibility to provide job opportunity for the young people of this country. The Union Party has an opportunity to upgrade the schools across the 15 political subdivisions of this country. Go to River G, go to Great Crew, go and see the living condition of students in Great Crew, in River G, in Great Chile County, in Lofa County.
Yeah.
And you are telling us that your only priority as a ruling political institution, as a ruling party, your priority, as a ruling party, your priority is for you to build political party headquarters and to ignore the harsh reality confronting the masses of our people. We want to say to the masses of our people, whatsoever did, whatsoever did, we want to say here the basic social services to provide the basic social welfare to our people. And so, the masses of our people must understand that political party headquarters from the Union Party as a ruling party cannot solve the issues affecting the masses of our people, cannot solve the bread and butter issues. Nobody is saying as a political party you cannot build headquarters. But you cannot do that at the expense of taxpayer money. You cannot do that. You cannot wait when you have power. You are presiding over state resources and you want to come to the masses of people and say you want to build political party headquarters across the country. The Union Party is not only presiding over the state to govern Union partisans. You are presiding over the state to govern the Liberian people. And that's the reason why you must provide job opportunity for the masses of our people. You must provide technical and vocational skills for young people to empower young people across the country. These are the critical issues. You must focus on agriculture. You must focus on road. You are leaving the country issue and you are focusing on trivial issue. You are focusing on building political party headquarters. How does building political party headquarters affect the masses of our people? How does building political party headquarters benefit the lives of the masses of our people in Nima County, in Putuo? The kids who are sitting on the floor to acquire education. How does building political party headquarters as a ruling party benefit those students who are sitting on the floor in Great Crew, in Great Kema? You must redirect that particular resources to improving the health facilities across the country. You must redirect that resources to improving the schools around the country. The people gave you votes. The masses of our people gave you vote. And what you gave in return to the masses of our people, you distribute measure on our people. You distribute measure on the masses of our people, but you're accumulating luxury at the detriment of the vote that you accumulated from the election that the masses of our people gave you. You keep the power on the basis of the vote of the masses of our people. And so you must see it fit and see it necessary to leave the political child's play, the political cat and rat play, and focus on the cogent issue and focus on real governance issue. We don't know who are those people in the circle of the president advising the president. But we think that it is not prudent, it is not advisable, it is not necessary that as a president who came to power, who promised to rescue this country, that your only focus now is to build political party headquarters in the 15 political subdivisions of this country. We want to say here, you must focus on the real issue. And so, we also in that light, we want to say here, as an institution, we want to strongly condemn President Joseph Yuma Boyka. You know, President Boyka came to power on deceptive promises. He was never honest with the Liberian people. President Boyka informed the Liberian people that if the condition exists as president to ride a wheelbarrow to go to work, he will do that.
Yeah.
President Boyka promised the Liberian people that if the condition exists to even walk, to trek, to go to work, he will do that. And he promised to do everything possible, not to waste taxpayer money, but to ensure that you invest the resources of the masses of our people in their living condition. Unfortunately, President Boyka came to power. President Boyka is now basking in luxury and affluence.
Yeah.
President Boyka has now been consumed in luxury and affluence. He's now swimming in the pool, in the cesspool of opulence. President Boyka now parades the streets with Lexus, 2 Lexus vehicles, 2. lesser vehicles. President Brecker has now managed to build for himself in his own time condominiums worth over $10 million United States dollars.
Yeah.
It is a disgrace, it is a shame, and if the masses of our people have not seen any movement or any situation to awaken their consciousness, they will now get to understand that the United Party under Joseph Human Brecker is determined to loot this country. The United Party under Joseph Human Brecker is determined to rob this country and to spit on the existence of the masses of our people. The United Party continues to distribute indignity, poverty, and disease on the masses of our people, thereby ignoring the real issues that are affecting and confronting the life and the livelihood of the masses of our people. And so, our people need to understand that they have the power in every society. Once your conviction comes on a question, once the regime fails to provide you the basic social services, the masses of our people have the opportunity, they are the motive force in the making of history. The masses of our people must understand that they are the motive force in the making of history. And so we want to say to the masses of our people, they must rise up to the occasion. They must now start to challenge and call on the United Party government that on the basis of their vote, the vote that they gave the United Party government during the election, they have not been able to see a true reflection of that vote in their living condition. They must now start to ask the hard question. The masses of our people must now start to ask the hard question. And the United Party regime cannot continue to proceed in such an arrogant fashion. We want to say here, for no matter how long the United Party regime try to deceive the masses of our people, they cannot continue, they cannot go far. Because the reality is unfolding, it's revealing itself. And very soon our people will understand that they have an opportunity, they have the chance to resist whatsoever bad governance, principles of bad governance emanating from the United Party government. The people are now reaching to the point, they are reaching to the boiling point of contestation. The masses of people are now reaching to the boiling point where they get to understand, the United Party get to understand that President Brecker must understand that the police, the few handful of police officers that you have, the day the masses of people decide to challenge the United Party, to challenge the dignity of the United Party, not even your police officer will save you. You must look at the reality in the region. You must look at the global reality and get to understand that you don't take the masses' interest for joke. Because the day the masses of our people reach, to the point where they can no longer go any further, we can say that the United Party regime will experience saturasis. The United Party regime will burst from within, and that will be as an effort. It will be as a collective effort of the masses of our people.
Yeah.
And so we want to say here, in conclusion, and to speak to a major campus issue, we want to say here to the president of the university, Dr. Mapine, there is a serious issue currently on the university campus. And too many students have reached out to our institution and they have expressed their concerns. And as a campus-based student movement, it is incumbent upon us to listen to the plots and the concerns of those students and ensure that we channel it through the right means, through the right medium, to the authority of the University of Liberia. And so we want to say here the issue of the iron drop. We are very informed that the administration is contemplating on taking the iron drop button as of tomorrow. The process will cease to exist, or the process will come to an end as of tomorrow. We want to say here the students, and as students of the university, there is a major issue here. The university, there is an issue of insufficient sessions. Students have already paid registration fee. They are making an attempt to register, but all the sessions are already filled. So students cannot have access to any vacant section. And the administration is telling us that they cannot create additional section because the University of Liberia is down with funds to pay extra instructors, or to pay extra amount for additional sections. We want to say it is a mockery. It's a mockery. It is an insult to university students. And the president of the University of Liberia must see it very, very necessary. She must see it as a matter of urgency that over 7,000 students of the university breaks being dropped out from school as a result of the iron drop process. And we need not to tell you the consequences. We need not to tell you the consequences that follow. The consequences that follow. If over 7,000 students will forfeit enrolling this academic semester simply because the administration is telling us, the administration is informing us, the students, that they cannot create additional sections because the administration does not have the money to pay instructors for additional sessions. We think it's a slap in the face to the university students.
Reactionary tendency. Reactionary tendency. Reactionary tendency. Down, 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 down. Yellow machine down. Down, 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 down. White group down. Down. Forward, 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 forward. Student interest forward. Forward.
And so, we want to say here to the administration of the university, through the office of Dr. Makwanya, you must now start to revisit. If there's any decision in the corridor, to put an end to the iron drop process, you must now start to rethink and revisit that decision to ensure that you create additional sections. Because most of the students who are affected by this are the students that are reading the sciences. Most of the students that are affected by this, they have reached out to our institution. Students who are reading biology and reading chemistry, they are affected by the particular iron drop process. They are affected by this particular insufficient section. And so the president must understand that she must do everything possible. You cannot be telling us, you cannot be giving us that lazy justification, that flimsy excuse that the university does not have the money to create additional sections. We say the university must look for money, must create additional sections that will be able to absorb all those students who are already registered but cannot find their way to their classes, cannot find their way due to insufficient sections. We want to say here, it is the responsibility of the administration to provide additional sections so that the students can have an opportunity to enroll this academic semester. And it's clear, why take money from students as an administration when you know you do not have the capacity to absorb all those students? It is criminal in nature. So we say to the administration, for the fact that you took money, for the fact that you took the students' money, you must now provide additional sections to the students so that they can have an opportunity to enroll the academic semester. Anything other than that, we don't need to explain to you, we don't need to tell you the consequences that follow. But you must understand that over 7,000 students breaks being thrown out of school. Over 7,000 students breaks being considered university dropout this semester as a result of insufficient sections and as a result of the university saying that they do not have sufficient funds to pay additional instructors. And so, in conclusion, the party want to re-emphasize our position and reiterate that the rapist in chief, that the immoral creature in Brian Michael Jones, that we have issued a citizen arrest, and that we said that particular statement, that particular citizen arrest takes in Brian Michael Jones. Anywhere Brian Michael Jones is seen in plain view, anywhere you see in plain view, you must be arrested. And so we want to say here to members, the progressive members of the four estates, we want to say here to the Liberian people, to the students, the conscious students of the university, to the conscious students of the Republic of Liberia, to the ideological foot soldiers and the cadres of our movement. We want to say here we salute you for always, members of the four estates, for always partnering with our institution. Whenever we call upon you, you don't hesitate. When you rush, come to our institution to collect the views, collect the position of our party. And so we say salute, and again to the militants of our party, we say salute to you, and to all those comrades in active service, we say you have a responsibility to continue to keep the torch of the revolution burning. For our institution, for the past 10 years in existence, we have always been in a corridor of agitation, we have always been in an arena of progressive activism. And so our institution will remain here, even after 10 years, and even beyond 10 years, our institution will remain in existence. We say, long live the revolutionary avant-garde progressive spirit alliance, long live! Long live! Long live the fighting spirit of the militants of the avant-garde progressive spirit alliance of the university, long live! Long live! Long live the progressive spirit of falling compatriot Vani Ali.